So in my book, I'm going to give you the top 10 foods to eat and the top 10 foods to avoid, because I believe that if you can just make the switch in a couple of those, you can not only prevent disease, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, but you can also reverse the symptoms. There's clinical proof to back up that statement.
I want to talk a little bit more about those foods and some of the things that you've discovered in just a moment. Folks, if you've been watching the show and you're looking for ways to improve your life, if you're sick and tired of being unhealthy, maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you're looking for ways to prevent disease, or maybe you're just looking for ways to look and feel younger, or you're concerned about the health of a loved one. Folks, this book is the answer. Live disease-free to 103. The content of this book will change your life. It's not available in stores. It's only available on our show today. And Jim Schreiner is actually allowing us to basically give the book away for the low cost of only $9.99. So pick up the phone and give us a call. Jim, you just mentioned earlier that there are foods that we should and shouldn't eat. Give us an example of something we absolutely should never eat.
Absolutely should never eat pork. And I hope there are a lot of people out there eating pork. Mike, I tell you the story in the green room that I grew up on a farm. Well, across the street from me were the Finkeys. And the Finkeys grew up raising pigs.
Okay.
And it was amazing. I asked Brian one day and I said, Brian, how come the garbage truck never stops at your house? Every week the garbage truck comes by and we take our garbage out, load it in the garbage truck.
Right.
I said, how come whenever he stops at our house, he never stops at your house? And Brian says, well, because we don't have any trash. I said, what do you do with it? We feed it to the pigs.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? Leftovers. If another pig dies, you just feed it to the pigs. If your car breaks down, you feed it to the pigs. If you have leftovers in your house, food's gone spoiled, anything, you feed it to the pigs. A pig will eat and devour anything you give it. And the worst part about that, Mike, is when you eat it, those toxins get lodged into that pig. This is a fact. And when humans consume that pig, the toxins will get trapped in your body. I want you to answer this real simple question. Why do you think that we're seeing such an alarming rate in mental disease? Alzheimer's, mental, psychological issues, children having attention deficit disorder and autism and those. Why do you think? Could it possibly be that we're putting too many toxins not only into the food that we eat, but spraying chemicals on our earth?
What do you mean by toxins?
A toxin is anything that's foreign to the body.
Okay.
All right, toxins are coming at us all types of places. You know, we breathing in toxins from car fumes. We're eating toxins because of the chemicals and pesticides that we spray more chemicals and pesticides on our earth than any other country. More chemicals and pesticides than any other country. Don't you think that could be a reason? And we ingest those. You know, a plant can't choose what to consume. It's going to consume whatever you spray on it. If you spray a chemical or pesticide on a plant, that plant's going to take it in, and when you eat the plant, guess what? That toxin's going to go in your body. And we're bombarding ourselves with toxins, and there's no way that the body can rid themselves of toxins. If you do the research on a toxin, we hear a lot about free radical damage.
Okay.
Toxins are causing all types of diseases in our bodies. They're linked to arthritis. They're linked to anti-inflammatory diseases, heart disease, cancer. There are to date natural ways, natural cures for virtually every disease on the planet. And people say, well, yeah, that's untrue. It's got to be a pharmaceutical drug. What diseases have the drug industry ever cured? Think about it. Does anything come to mind? Nothing. But you know what? We were disease-free years ago, and we were curing diseases with foods.
Okay.
Now what's amazing is the government is trying to ban me from making that statement. The government, Mike, would like you to believe, this is a regulation in the United States, which is now a law. Nothing can prevent, cure, or treat a disease except a pharmaceutical drug. That's the law. Nothing. Well, if that's true, then how do you explain the fact that the nutrients in this orange cure scurvy, beriberi, rickets, 3 diseases that were wiping out nations
just
that were killing
eating an orange.
Just by eating that orange. So according to that FDA law, this is a drug.
That's a drug.
That's a drug. Right now, this orange is a drug. Why? Because the law says that nothing can prevent, cure, or treat a disease. Why do you think that is? They're protecting the pharmaceutical industry, Mike. It's all about the money. The pharmaceutical industry is a multi-trillion-dollar business. Not million, not billion, trillion. The power of money. has got us completely away from where we need to be. Mike, there's a natural cure for arthritis. All natural, not an over-the-counter drug, not a prescription, an all-natural cure for arthritis.
All natural.
All natural.
Won't cause death.
Won't cause death.
Okay.
Not only will it not cause harmful side effects, it's actually got many, many positive benefits.
You know, you'd mentioned the toxins, and you asked me to do a little bit of research before the show, and I got on the EPA's website, and there's actually certain limits of chemicals that the EPA considers to be safe, like DDT. There are certain levels of DDT, which was used in, I think, World War I,
right.
Okay, that's toxic, that's still in our water today, but the EPA says it's safe.
It's so low that it's safe. They
How
think
can
it's
that
safe.
be?
And how can they prove that?
How can that be safe for us? It doesn't make any sense.
Toxin, how can any toxin be safe? Not only is that toxin harming your body, but Florida did a study on their oranges, and it would take 5 oranges to give you the same amount of vitamin C that 1 orange gave you just 5 years ago. Why? Because the chemicals and pesticides that they're spraying on the plant is causing that plant to grow at alarming rates. And because of that, farmers don't get paid by nutrients. They don't care how much nutrition is there. Farmers get paid by the bushel. They get paid to grow faster, get it to the market faster, because it's all about the money. We have got to slow down. We've got to start taking a look at our earth and say, you know what? I believe, not only do I believe this, Mike, but there's science to back it up. The earth has healing powers. Whether you believe in God or whether you believe in evolution, that's not my business. I happen to believe in God, but science has proven that the earth, the sun, the water, the food has healing properties. All you have to do is look back a few years. Even the American Cancer Society says you can reduce your risk of every form of cancer by as much as 50% by going on a whole food diet.
By eating fruits and vegetables.
By eating fruits and vegetables. Now, here's one of the challenges that I'm going to talk about in the book, Mike, that I'm going to help people. In America, we have become obese. In America, we've become a fast food society. So yes, you need to eat fruits and vegetables, but I'm going to show you a technique, a food combining technique that not only will lower your risk of every disease, but it will cause your body to burn fat at an accelerated rate.
Naturally.
Naturally. Okay. I'm going to teach you. See, the problem is there are certain foods that are not only good for you and certain foods that are bad, but we also know through science, through biology, how the body functions, that I'm going to show you a technique, a food combining technique, that if you eat this food with the right certain other food, guess what? It's going to trigger a hormonal response in your body that will cause your body to burn fat at an accelerated rate.
That it doesn't need. It just
exactly.
naturally does it.
Nothing, you're not changing anything but combining certain foods.
And it's not some weird obscure herb from the rainforest or anything like that.
Absolutely not. Matter of fact, I call it my 14-day anti-aging diet plan. Mike,
Okay.
it's the exact same diet that I have followed for well over 30 years. Mike, I'm 6 foot tall, weigh 190 pounds. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm nearly 50. Mike, I can run circles around 20-year-olds. All right? I work out almost every day. I live and breathe this philosophy. I have helped hundreds of thousands of ordinary people get off of prescription drugs, lose weight, cure diseases.
See, you can't say that. You can't say that you've cured diseases. I mean,
The government won't allow me to, but I'm telling you, let me give you a perfect example. Menopause.
Okay.
Doctors will tell women that menopause is a disease. Menopause is not a disease. We've been curing menopause. If you have hot flashes, mood swings, night sweats, anything related to menopause,
Sure.
I have an all-natural. I'll show you an all-natural solution that has no side effects, all positive benefits that will take away all your symptoms of PMS in less than a week.
Naturally.
Naturally.